Okay, well, welcome back to the Prius Prime, how to plug in. We demonstrated on our first video how to plug it in and basically what you're going to see on the screen. At this point in time, we've selected in the computer, and I'll go ahead and fire this up here shortly, we selected in the computer a charging event. So in this case, this screen, let me back up out of this screen here. Let me get it to trigger. So that first screen that it was on basically is what you're going to see, and it's asking you if you want to switch to the charging event. There's a little button down here on the left hand side which you can't see right now, but we can demonstrate it at the end of the video and we can show you where that is. But when I push that button, this charging schedule comes up. So we can do scheduled events, and on the steering wheel over by my thumb is how to control that screen there. Back up to the screen. So my scheduled events, because we set in the computer our first charging time, I set it at I think 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. and then my departure time I set for 6 a.m. So anyways, we'll demonstrate that here shortly. Charge now, I can actually charge the system right now and or go to my charging time. But needless to say, let me turn on the computer here and make it a little bit more simplified for us. And you got the nice music going. All right, so we have our screen that you see here. We have our quick kind of menu selection where you can just swipe like an iPhone or an iPad or what have you. Notice on the info it says charge schedule. I can hit that charge schedule and then I can set those charging times. I just turned my charging schedule off, and now I'm back to basically when I plug in the Prius Prime, it's just going to start charging. Normal times on that about 5.5 hours. But anyways, to set a charging event, I showed you one way from the home screen. Again, just use your swiping motions, go to the info and hit the charging schedule. Or if you're on the home screen and you hit the menu button, kind of same scenario, just go to the info screen and then hit your charging schedule. Depends on what you like. Because I have a charging event already in here, and let's say I want to turn that on, all I'm going to do is turn that on. Once it, oh, excuse me, there it is. If I want to edit that event, my start time, I'm leaving, let's say at 6 a.m. and my departure is at 6 a.m. So let me revert that. My apologies. So let's say I wanted to set my charging times later in the night. Obviously, you don't want to set it during prime time because your electricity bill is going to skyrocket. So 10 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock at night, it takes about 5.5 hours. So heck, even if you wanted to set it at 1 p.m. in the morning, or excuse me, 1 a.m. in the morning. So there's my start time at 1 a.m. And then I'm going to depart at, let's say 6 a.m. I'm going to save that. Oop, one last thing I forgot to show you. Let's say on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday I want to set these times. I can set them all week if I want. Obviously, you know, you set it to the appropriate times, and how you utilize that is certainly up to you. I can set my climate prep as well. So if I wanted to set the climate and the temperature, I can certainly do that. Right now, my focus is just going to be to set your charging times. But needless to say, you can also do the climate as well. And then once you do that, you just hit save. And then, like I said, when you get inside the car and you were... So what you're seeing right now is me exiting the vehicle. The car is already plugged in, so this screen is kind of a odd screen that you would see, but nonetheless, the screen up here with the fuel being excuse me, your charging stations here, and then basically what I would do, let me back up out of here. So anyways, charge now. I can charge now or select my next event. I don't know why I keep saying fuel. Oh, because I accidentally opened up the fuel light. So my apologies on that. But needless to say, this is my charging schedule. I can charge it now and or don't charge now, and it's going to go into your scheduled charging event, and it'll turn on at 1 p.m. of which I said, or whichever you designate. So that's kind of it for now. If you have any questions, feel free to visit us at www.interstatetoyota.com. Otherwise, myself, Grant Marino at interstatetoyota.com. That's it for now. We'll see you next time. Thank you.